All right. Welcome to this edition of At the Mic. I am your host, Keith Malinak. It is the Friday live stream. I'm so grateful that you made time. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting organized here. It's my first day. Hey, if you guys missed yesterday's live stream, it is available pinned to the top with all the live streams that have taken place on this channel. And the last, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. And yesterday was fun. We talked about the FBI. Is it really new and improved? Even though it's under new management. Oh, my goodness. Talked to Steve Friend, former FBI agent, and Steve Baker, co-worker of mine over at The Blaze. That was a fascinating discussion. If you have any questions about what is going on at the FBI right now, that is a must listen to 2 hours with Steve and Steve Squared. So I'm going to have to do another show. I might have to do like a quarterly update on what's going on with the FBI. Last week on the Thursday Deep Dive, Steve Deace was my guest. We talked about the resurrection of Christ and the evidence that that is a true story. And that also was a fascinating discussion. Now, on Friday, we like to hang out here, I guess, watch some animal videos, talk about random stuff. And I don't know. I guess I just love Brad Staggs so much that I just keep inviting him back. And I'm going to bring him in along with another friend of mine, Rebecca. And we're going to find out how to pronounce her last name. I know there's been some questions about that, so we're going to ask her so that I don't screw this up. But before I get to them, I just want to remind you to please like and subscribe this. It's all over the place. I mean, it's live exclusively here on Twitter, but later Wes, who's a hero for me, he puts it up on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, you name it. You can get the audio version. It's on Rumble. It's on YouTube. In fact, it's supposed to premiere at 8 o'clock Eastern every Thursday and Friday night. So if you want to chat over there, you're welcome to as well. And also want to thank Gabby for the At the Mic Show Instagram page that she runs over there. Great stuff. And so grateful for both Gabby and Wes and all they do behind the scenes. Okay. It's time for the Friday live stream. It's time for me to bring in my guests. And Brad, I keep inviting you.
I don't know why either.
Like I'm just curious. Like, do you have plans? Like, do you just do this because you love me so much? Because you're too kind to say no, thank you, or I can't do it.
Since we live in a simulation, and if I'm not on your show, I'm basically like a non-playing character.
Yeah.
And so I just sit in a box and wait for something to happen around me.
Okay.
So by being on your little show here, I actually can discover things like Grok won't put midgets into pictures.
What?
I was pissed off too.
Okay, that's unacceptable. We'll have
That's what I thought. It wouldn't put a midget in until I said make it a cartoon midget, and then it made a mater midget.
Okay, so if we had a direct link to Elon, if we had somebody that could get a message to Elon, you're saying that you would say, I need midgets in my AI.
I need midget. What does Grok have against midgets? And the weird thing is, if you ask it to insert a midget into a picture, it starts doing it and then it stops.
Okay,
so you get like 4 lines of it, and
that reminds me of the early days of the internet.
Yes, that's
you would
exactly
download
it.
pictures. It'd be like, I don't know what pictures you would have downloaded back in the early days of the internet, like of
that
a
looks
midget.
Like
maybe.
Hair.
So hang on a second. People can find you at thedailymojo.com.
They can.
You do a show every morning.
They can find me here at the Desert Air Motel.
Desert Air Motel. And then also at Real Brad Staggs, as you can see. You also are charitable with your time on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern with Jeff Fisher, a coworker of mine, and you guys do a live stream. I don't know when you sleep, but God bless you, and I appreciate you making time. Now,
you're welcome.
Let's go to Norway, where I'm keeping someone up way past her bedtime, I fear. A friend of mine, Rebecca. Okay, you got to pronounce your last name. How do you pronounce that?
It's pronounced Mr. Reagan, but you can say Mr. Reagan if you like.
Wait a minute. She didn't use that accent when we were talking before this.
I know.
Show. Now she drops this accent in.
So Mr. Reagan. That makes me okay. So if I remember Ronald Reagan, that works. Why do I feel like you're not telling the truth though?
Because I'm not. It's Mr. Egan. Mr. Egan. That's how we pronounce my name. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So you're you're like an actual journalist over there doing like, there's a network called Document TV, but you're doing a bunch of stuff on your Twitter page here, your X page. What are these little vignettes that I see pop up? Like, what are you doing there?
But on my X account?
Yeah. What are those things? Like, if somebody wants to watch those, are you just talking about what's going on in Norway?
No, not Europe.
Europe,
Well,
okay.
Norway, Scandinavia, Europe, but it's connected to specific political subjects. So everything that has to do with immigration, so-called climate change, globalist tyranny, and all that good stuff.
But I thought you Democrats believed in all that.
Democrats.
He's a Democrat, Keith. It says it right there on the interweb.
No, it's the social democracy, which is a very fancy way of saying socialist wants to be communist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now
you know that we're rumored to be the last communist nation in the world. Norway is.
Wait, come on, hold on. What? What does that even mean?
What?
Vietnam. There's a couple of other ones here.
It means that we still haven't learned our lesson, is what it means, Keith. Because we never really had. So you know how they talk about real communism?
Okay.
We haven't had that.
Okay.
Yet. So.
I see. Okay, hang on a second. I just remembered that
so
I can see that
Finland.
I can see the chat stuff up here, so that's good. Okay. What was I going to ask you? Oh, you were a guest of mine on the Thursday Deep Dive a few months ago, where we talked about the Islamization of Europe, and it's about time that I do a deep dive on the Islamization of Texas.
Did you not see the latest news, Keith? You're banning Sharia law.
Are we? Okay.
Apparently
I'd like my property taxes lowered, and then I'll worry about Sharia law.
Remember Clock Boy?
Yeah, what's he up to?
They got the hell out of Dodge. They moved out of here like a couple years after that happened, because that was back in 2013, 14?
Yeah, early, yeah, okay.
It's just a clock.
It's just a clock.
That looks like a bomb.
Wonder where he is.
Oh, did you never see him, Rebecca?
No, I don't think so.
He made that was his nickname, was Clock Boy, because as a class project, he made it looked like a suitcase nuke.
Yeah, it was a bomb.
It was
a clock.
It was a clock. It was a bomb.
And if you had a problem with a clock, you must be
Islamophobic.
Yeah. So
did they
go back to did they move to Minnesota?
Yeah, they went back to the People's Republic of Minnesota or Iran or someplace.
All right.
Well, it was a week and a half ago that somebody pulled a machete kitchen knife, something like that. Woman on the subway, and I think it was Netherlands. You can arrest me if I'm remembering this if I'm not remembering it correctly. But she was dancing around with this knife, screaming "Allahu Akbar." So what do you think the rest of the people in that subway did? Well, they ran
away.
The
hell out.
Huh. All right.
I've been married. I know how crazy women can be with knives.
So shall we do some not so rapid fire questions here?
We can do that, but before you do that, Keith, can I just add that as a direct line to Elon Musk, I can help you out with a dwarf thing, because I think that's very
not dwarf, midget, not dwarf.
I just want to.
It would not put a midget in.
Time out. I want to point out that I was not going to out you as one who had a direct line to Elon Musk. But now that you've said that, I will be tweeting out something this weekend that I'm going to send to you that I would like you to make him aware of, because the analytics, the monetization, the algorithm on this site now is trash. Okay, anyway, but Brad's got the more important issue, and that's getting midgets into AI pics.
Yes, and you still can't see my screen, can you?
Oh, let me check here. Hang on. I bet I can, since you're not synced up anymore. Oh, there's just whoa.
Okay. Hold on a second.
I don't know. God, what did I do?
Here's a picture of that. It was just, look, they were just pictures. They're just human beings.
Can I put it up?
Yeah, no, you can get it up there.
Uh-oh.
There it is. That's a crappy picture, though. It's
Can you
too
zoom
small.
in on that?
But that is zoomed in all the way.
Okay.
Those are the Clock Boys.
It's a
Clock. I mean, it was in a suitcase. Oh, this one should be a little bit bigger.
I mean, they
There
were
it is.
played. The city of Irving, Texas.
I mean,
was
it's a
played.
clock. We made a clock in a suitcase or in an attaché case. And well, if you think it's a bomb, you're Islamophobic.
And you remember the mayor who stood up against that garbage? Beth Van
Dyne
Dyne is now a congresswoman.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There you go.
Now you know the legend of Clock Boy.
Legend of Clock Boy. Okay, so Rebecca, what is your earliest memory? And does it involve a midget?
No, but I kind of was one myself because I was a child, so I wasn't very tall.
Wait a minute. Wait. How tall are you now?
Oh, I don't do your metrics, Keith. I am 166 centimeters tall.
Is that a lot?
No.
Damn it, Jimmy Carter. Why couldn't Jimmy Carter just change us to the damn metric system in 1976 when we had the opportunity? How tall is it, Keith?
How tall? Wait, what?
166 centimeters.
Oh, centimeter, my bad.
Yes, yeah.
5'4"? 5'4"?
I guess
5.56. 5'5".
It says 5.44.
It's 5.44, so 0.4 of a foot.
I don't know, whatever. I just want to point out that where you're at over there in Norway, it's after 9:00 p.m., right?
That is correct.
And we're in the middle of spring, and you're going to get down to 35 degrees tonight in Oslo.
Mm-hmm. Sounds lovely.
That does, right?
I think I've been to Oslo. I think we landed, and when we did that thing when we went to Iraq, I think we landed in Oslo.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think there was like a stop.
You might have confused it for Iraq. It might if you landed in
Oslo. I remember is Oslo all bombed out looking and barren?
It looks like a Soviet kind of like.
Yeah. Okay, yes, lots of people walking around with the fur hats on.
Well, it's not really about the fur hats, but that do happen as well. But it's more about the, sexless buildings that has no aesthetics and just screams great building. Everybody needs to be the same.
You got Keith excited. You said sexless.
Did you say sexless buildings?
Yeah.
What is a sexed building?
So,
careful.
Like when you don't apply aesthetics and
so it's just like
gender and passion and this
bland
to art
building.
So when I say sexless, I mean
not
it
sexy.
Doesn't have any interesting shape that you can interpret in any way. It's
not
just
sexy.
Yeah, not
unsexy.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's not awful. I mean, it's just very angular.
Hey, what's going on in the sky behind you, Brad?
That's the happy face that was visible this morning at sunrise.
I'm sorry, the happy face that was.
You don't remember? Yeah,
that's
the moon.
Beautiful. No, I didn't see
the moon and Venus and Mars. They aligned to make the happy face. What?
No,
that was it was a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be.
So I think about a half an hour ago, I asked the question: what was your earliest memory? Rebecca?
Oh yeah. It's a hard one actually. The only one I can think of that like really, really early, I'm sure I have memories before then, but when I was about almost 2 years old, I fell on the gravel outside our house and I scraped my knees and my mom had to pick me up and come and carry me into the house and clean my wound and put a plaster on it.
A plaster?
Like that's like Band-Aid. Sorry, we say
really?
plaster in Norwegian.
So I have a feeling we're gonna learn some Norwegian slang today.
You slap some drywall mud on it and call it art.
No, we call it. It's actually called plaster. So that's a Band-Aid.
How'd you learn English?
School.
Oh, okay. Like it was specific like curriculum or something, or
you start at I think 7 or 8. Yeah.
Really? See, in other
here
are cultured,
kids.
Right? They just
our kids over here are just
struggle with English.
We don't even know. Oh my goodness, that's funny you said that. I saw a video this week, and it's just this guy, standing outside, and he said, 100 years ago, American high school students were learning Greek and Latin, and now 100 years later, her American college students are still trying to learn English. Like they're teaching English, like just rudimentary. I mean, and he wasn't kidding.
But they've got the pronouns down. They can do
right.
the they, them, and the
you got to have some place to start.
he, she, it.
He, she, it.
He,
say it real fast.
He, she, it.
Oh, by the way, time out. Let's put a pause in the program so Brad can go and retrieve his bell.
So
when the opportunity arises, this is the double entendre bell, Rebecca. So if you say something that could be misinterpreted as you did earlier and Brad can't find his bell, now I want to let him have an opportunity to go and locate it.
I see.
Okay, yeah, get your bell ready. So Brad,
I can't hear anything because I'm unplugged. Damn it.
Oh no.
Getting old sucks.
I know. So I'm gonna move
to
on to
the next question. You can't hear me when I can't hear you, because that would be awfully embarrassing if you heard me do that.
Shoot. I knew I should have waited until the next question had been said. Okay, and then that's how I won $1 million and then lost it. So okay.
Before or after the sex change?
Earliest in a sexless building. So Brad, what was your earliest memory?
I don't know if I actually remember this or if it was an implanted memory.
Oh,
but
nice.
My mom used to put instead of putting me in the playpen, she would put me on the floor and then put the playpen over me because otherwise I would crawl out of it. And I think I remember that.
Okay.
Because I remember looking out the window at that time we lived in Lake Tahoe. So I would have been what, 2, 3, 16? I don't know, somewhere in through there.
Okay, all right.
I think.
You think I would like Lake Tahoe?
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I used to call it Lake Taco though, because I was dropped on my head as a young.
That's cool, dude. That's cool.
As a young child. So,
Mr. Astrology behind you, is Pluto still a planet?
Pluto's a dog.
Okay, you're out. That's strike one.
Why? It is a dog.
That's
Why
my favorite.
Does Pluto walk on 2? No, Pluto walks on 4 and Goofy walks on 2.
That's my favorite Disney character, by the way. Fun fact: Pluto, and then that snowman guy, Olaf or whatever, right?
But why does one dog walk on 2 and the other dog walk on 4?
That's an excellent question. It truly is, and we need to explore that. Now I can't go on. I have to get an answer before we go on.
Rebecca's questioning her life choices right now.
Oh yeah, she's like, I got to get to bed. Sorry.
I mentioned it's late here.
Yeah. So do you think Pluto is a planet, Rebecca, Mr. Reagan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
that's all I needed.
Slightly remember that somebody said it's not some years ago. I don't even remember when that was, but
it's Plutoid now. They say it's not. It's like a dwarf planet. We brought it home.
It's a midget planet.
Yeah, it's a. I think it.
It's actually called a dwarf. That is true.
Yeah. See, we brought it home unintentionally. Is Pluto a dwarf planet? Let's see.
Do you know when was working and doing shows for HGTV and DIY, and in construction, you have studs and cripple studs and all, and they were like, because you like Jack studs and King studs. See, there it is. It's a dwarf planet. And they were like, can we call it something other than a cripple stud?
No, you're stuck with the.
You people are so.
Don't judge. Okay. So let's see here.
You lost track of your rapid fire, didn't you?
Yeah, Rebecca, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It would be meat. Beef.
Okay, sorry.
I was just
okay.
Of course you thought that.
No, I was thinking of James Brady, Ronald Reagan's favorite vegetable.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. Well, because your name and
yeah, okay. What is your food that you would have for the rest of your life, Brad?
I'm going straight to hell. If I could only one food, the rest I don't chicken. Yeah, I don't. Why? I mean, can we put that in context? Why are we on an island?
I'm glad you said chicken and not something else. Okay.
Well, he wanted to say hen, but
Yeah. Let's see here. Who are better drivers, women or men, Brad?
You're going to be proud of me, I think, because I actually checked before I was going to answer that question, and I wanted to find out if it was true. And women aren't necessarily the horrible drivers I thought they were.
You know what? It is proven that men are better drivers because they have a better sense of room. But
what now? What does that mean?
Like in metrics, when you when like looking for distance and all that stuff.
Really?
Men are better at that than women.
You know what else that men are better at than women?
Explaining stuff like this. But
no, voting. I was gonna go with voting.
That might be true, Keith, but my point still remains: men take more risks, so they're more reckless drivers as well.
Let me explain something to you, Rebecca.
So women and men kind of like they intercross there, you know. Okay. So maybe we're not so bad.
All right.
No, because I thought, because the old adage, women or can't, and most of them can't, but they only it's like 5.1 crashes per 100 million miles for men and 5.7 for females, which I was kind of surprised. 5.1 crashes per 100 million miles for men. I don't know if that, I guess it's just the United States because it's the NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Association or whatever. And then 5.7 crashes per 100 million miles for women. So that's like 0.6 less.
That's not okay. I know that I'm the worst driver that I know. Can I just say that there's a controversy in the chat right now, and remember how I told y'all that I can see the chat in order on that computer, but on this computer where I can put your chats up on the screen, it's all out of order. So I can't get to Kara's saying that Goofy is a cow, and that the evidence is because his girlfriend is Clarabelle the cow. And I'm sorry, but
it's an interspecies relationship.
Goofy is a dog, although that is a kinky combination now that I think about it, a cow and a dog. So
once you get a little cow.
Okay. But we should do I wish we could put polls up here, man. Gosh. Anyway.
Like stripper polls?
Oh, like moving on.
Those polls.
So if you could choose only one conspiracy theory to know absolutely everything about, what would you want to know the truth of, Rebecca?
COVID-19.
But is that a conspiracy? We know the truth.
We can tell you the truth.
No, but Keith. Let's define this, because everything that the government don't want you to know is a conspiracy theory, right? And then you have those extra fantasies on top of them in some weird cases, right?
Hang on.
But if you think about it, COVID-19, it was a great conspiracy. And even though it's not a theory anymore in many aspects, there's a lot of stuff we don't know. And I would like to know everything.
The only thing that I don't know is, was it released intentionally, and were the vaccines intentionally harmful? Those are the only questions that I have. Everything else seems pretty cut and dry as far as I'm concerned.
Do you all remember back when, like in the early 2020, and all of the images coming out of China of them like blocking roads with big piles of gravel and stuff? Yeah, I mean, that was the weird part. It was like they were trying to like keep the Walking Dead in certain places, which led me to believe that it was.
Try to go find that now. You won't find anything.
And remember the people like falling over in the middle of the street?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
So the internet is scrubbed, by the way.
Really?
It does seem like it. You remember those kids?
I absolutely remember those, but I didn't realize that they were missing now.
Oh, they're missing.
So was that China trying to spook the rest of the world into overreacting?
Yes. Of course it was.
So why are
they flew more frequently out of China to Italy, for instance, and there was some videos coming out of Italy as well. And so there's a lot to unpack here, Keith. So we think we know, we feel we know a lot because we were so censored for 2020, 2021, and 2022. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think we know half.
Okay. So
what was it? Oh, remember the hospitals too. Remember they built like hospitals in like a week. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. But China did that.
Yeah, China did that. But I mean, they were building like these 1,000 bed hospitals they got them done in like a week or 2 weeks, and all of them had locks. I remember, for some reason, I don't know why I remember this, but they had locks on the outsides of the doors, not on the inside of the doors. I mean, it's really weird, all that stuff, and then it just disappeared. All that stuff just went away.
Okay, so maybe I don't know everything there is to know about COVID-19. Although, does that still qualify, though, for you kids as a conspiracy theory?
I think it does. For me, it does, because it was such well, first of all, the reason why I chose that one is because it was such a big part of my life for a long time. That was what I was digging into for those years as a journalist. And I was constantly fighting internally and externally to get that information out there. And so do I feel vindicated by that, the US government has put a lab leak at their homepage? No. Do I feel vindicated that some mainstream media are starting to write about the fact that the lab leak is the most likely theory or scenario that happened? No. Do I feel vindicated that people told me that I should lose my rights as a human being because I didn't want to take a bioweapon inside my veins? No. So, there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. And like I said, I don't think we know everything.
I had forgotten about I remember at the time that it happened. One of the aha moments I had was, it was the only time in history that you could take any person from anywhere on the planet, save for like the random tribe in the middle of the Amazon that doesn't have any TV and wasn't panicked, but anybody from any place on Earth, drop them anywhere else on Earth, and they had something in common. That was the only time in history that had, I think, ever happened.
Yeah, and also if you look at how the nations, especially in the western part of the world, responded in terms of policies and politics, and we know that now from journalistic work, I think out of Germany, was it? I can't remember. That all of these organizations took over the COVID response for a lot of the nations. And so that's why it was so harmonized. This is the biggest up until then, that might have changed now, but it was the biggest propaganda campaign that has ever been launched by that time.
And we let them do it.
And we let them do it. And people were horrible, absolutely horrible to each other. Mm-hmm. I remember, for instance, I was on my way because I went to work every day anyway. I went into the studio, right? So I went by the store going into work, and there was a long queue. This old man was sitting at the end of the till, and I asked, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And he's told me that he was waiting for someone to help him pack his groceries. And I was like, okay, so where's the help? And they're like, well, no, we can't touch his groceries because of COVID. And it's like, are you fucking kidding? Excuse me, my language. Are you fucking kidding me? You're sitting in the till, you're beating all the groceries, you put it on the shelves. Somebody picked them down from there. They've been through tons of hands coming in here, and you can't grab a fucking plastic bag, put them inside, and help this 90-something-year-old man out. Former police officer, by the way, most of his life, and make sure that he gets out of the store with the stuff that he needs. I was fuming.
The humanity was gone.
It was it vanished like that.
And we didn't have much to spare to begin with.
No.
And then that occurred. Can I just so go ahead, Brad.
Remember the argument, or not the argument, but the discussion as to whether or not you should clean the bottom of your shoes before you came into the house because you might have COVID on the bottom of your shoes? Remember that?
Remember when they cut holes in the little mask so you could play the flute?
Or eat? Or the little mask that opened up while you ate? See, we did a special, Rob Borowski and I, a couple of years ago, and it's on the YouTube channel somewhere. Just the absurdities of the COVID era, where we go through that stuff, where we're out in California, where they dump the sand in the skate park because God forbid the kids get out and enjoy fresh air and stuff like that. Can I just real quick before this comment goes too far away? We did this just a couple weeks ago. I hope you will check out the pinned shows that we've done. The Truth About Extraterrestrials. We did one on Roswell. And boy, that was a fun show. And we're going to have part 2 coming up in August. So be watching for that. Okay.
That's a good question. Would you rather know about COVID or the extraterrestrials? Because the extraterrestrials, if you knew the truth about them, they probably have the truth about COVID.
Okay, so it's 2 for
now
1.
you're screwing it up, because I'm sitting here thinking, if I don't know about the aliens and I never encountered them, I'm good. You know, I don't need to be doing that.
Well, that's no fun.
But now that you say that, because we do know that they have other technology than us, and that they can defy gravity when they're flying and stuff. And to be fair, it would be much easier for me to visit Texas if I had that kind of technology and not be on a plane for 16 hours. But yeah, I don't know.
It'd be like MH370. You just get the 3 balls whizzing around your head, and then you can teleport. Right? You can teleport from there to here.
Huh.
Well, that's what it takes.
See, I'm so pissed off at Anthony Fauci and all of the death and destruction in his wake. I would almost trade him sitting behind bars for the rest of his life.
Bars? Excuse me. Anthony Fauci is going to have his eyes blinded, and he's going to be his voice cords are going to be cut, and we're going to put him into a little glass thing.
Oh, I like it. Beagle justice.
Yes, Beagle justice.
He should be strung up by the nipples.
Okay, so let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
I would almost rather have Anthony Fauci to go through the punishment from Rebecca, Mr. Reagan, than have the truth of aliens revealed. Like, that's how pissed off I am at this cat.
Yeah, me
but
too.
Instead, we paid him more than anyone else in the government and sent him home with a golden parachute, and we're still paying him.
Is there ever going to be any justice for people like him? Like, is the Trump administration ever going to pursue? No. I mean, why do I even waste the breath on that?
Nope.
Okay.
Where did the Epstein list go? Because I'm still waiting.
That was a topic of discussion yesterday when we went through the FBI. Is it an actually new and improved FBI? We covered that topic and more with Steve Baker and Steve Friend on yesterday's At the Mic. Okay, so not counting Jesus, who is the greatest person to ever live in your mind, Brad?
And don't say me. The greatest person to ever live.
You can't say yourself. You can't say me. But other than that,
I don't. This is I ask Rebecca first. She's going to have a better answer, and then I can copy hers.
Rebecca, again, the parameters are you can't say yourself, and you can't say the obvious answer, which would be, of course, yours truly. So anyone else that you can think of?
Greatest person that ever lived?
Yeah.
I think Jesus was excluded too, right?
I did. I said no Jesus.
Yeah, no Jesus. It's a very tough question to answer because, every single human being on this earth or who has ever walked it is flawed, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on what context we're talking. And I was thinking about this for a while. And
what a terribly worded question. Am I right?
Just
say it. Just say yes.
In terms of my life, I think my mom is the greatest person that ever walked the earth.
Aww.
But right now, like in my lifetime, in terms of somebody that I don't know who I think is absolutely awesome, I think Trump's pretty far up there. I love his rudeness and the fact that he's just bullying his way through American government. And for the second time, the U.S. is looks like it's gonna be cleaning up Europe's mess of shit. So
I have a question.
They'll call you a sycophant for that answer.
I have a question though. I like your answer. However, the way these judges in this country are, just yesterday alone, there were 3 injunctions against the man. It's been a week of, we're going to call this injunction week.
But that goes to Rebecca's point in that the system hates him. He's doing more to disrupt the system than anybody that I can think of in recent history or even.
Exactly. That's the point. And I think also this is a detail that's worth thinking about. is that these people that are now using the justice system as a weapon against Donald Trump, they are the ones that don't look at illegal immigration as breaking the law.
They're the ones defending Abrego Garcia. That's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So, I mean, they're not really. So, yeah, I put that out there. You think about it.
Appreciate it.
Told you I was going to piggyback on hers because I was going to say that. I was too afraid to say Trump, but she had the gonads to say it. So I'm just going to say what she said.
Wow.
But he has. I mean, he's changed more. We know the system is broken.
I'm going to tell you the satisfaction, and you can ring your bell if you like, Keith. The satisfaction, the pure joy of listening and reading that Donald Trump is putting pressure on Keir Starmer, telling him that he needs to stop censoring people in the UK and putting them in jail to get an agreement with him. It is just so satisfying.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're going to get some new prime ministers real soon around the world.
But Trump hates women. That's the problem. He hates women, and he's terrified of intelligent women. So,
really, because I think he has a lot of great women around him. But
but that's what we keep being told, is that he is misogynistic and he's terrified of strong.
I mean, the biggest pussy I've seen Trump grab was the Norwegian Prime Minister yesterday. So,
I'm having flashbacks to our conversation we had on the deep dive a few weeks ago. Okay, so. Oh, speaking of shows that we've done, I talked about the Roswell show, and we're going to do a part 2 in August. There's another show that I did recently, and that was with Joey Couchbrenner, where we talked about Grok trying to break out, AI trying to break out, and we're going to do a follow-up with him coming up in June, I believe it is. But a lot of AI talk on this Friday live stream lately, and I have to tell y'all of an experience that I had just a few days ago. I called a company, and it was all AI, and it was so the thing answered
agent,
right? No, and it said, "Talk to me like I'm a person," and I'm like, "Hey, baby, no." And it said, "Just talk to me in normal sentences," and blah blah blah. Anyway, I needed to cancel a subscription on something, and I wanted a reimbursement. And the thing said, okay, no problem. It didn't try to upsell me. It didn't say, let me transfer you to a human that'll try to talk you out of this. It didn't say anything. It just gave me some options. I said them. And when I hung up, I had a check supposedly en route to me. And the call lasted exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And I'm thinking, this is the way.
What company was that?
It was SiriusXM. I called because I just bought a different vehicle, and now I don't have this new vehicle that doesn't even have the capability of SiriusXM. Go figure. And I already paid for a year, and I just did it in February, and so I need a reimbursement of $85. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was going to have to transfer it to some other car, or you can use it online or whatever. No. In 2 minutes and 45 seconds, it said, can I ask why you're not wanting to keep the subscription? I said, yeah, I don't have a vehicle that has SiriusXM. Okay, then we'll send you a check. Or would you like a check? Would you like a deposit? Whatever. And so 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
They've always been, to be fair, SiriusXM, if you call them and say, I'm paying too much for this. And
100% every
they'll
year.
give you, they'll, instead of 20, how about we do it for $7 a month? Okay. Yeah. And then for a year you get it for $7, then at the end of that year you call them back and go, yeah, it's gonna. I can't.
There's been a reminder every February on my phone for the last.
And they'll always kick it back down because they want the numbers.
I don't want to lie. I don't put reminders in my phone. I put reminders on Post-it notes
that you forget.
And then I put the Post-it note on the calendar. And when it gets to that month, I am a simple man. Anyway, so
do you guys get SiriusXM over there where you are, Rebecca?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Satellite radio. You're too far north. You're like in the Arctic Circle.
Oh my God. The only radio we have over here is DAB, D-A-B. And, they closed down Norway is the only country in the entire world, and I am not joking right now, that does not have an FM network because our politicians said, No, it's a great idea. Let's close down the FM network that saved us during World War II in communications because we can have online radio now. Let's just do the DAB.
What the
I'm
damn?
not joking. Ask AI. Ask AI.
Norway got rid of FM radio?
Yes.
And the next thing you're going to tell us is you don't have sexy buildings or something.
Digital radio. I'll be damned. First country in the world to shut down national broadcast of FM network. That was 10 years ago.
Yes.
So was it in cars though?
Do we need satellite radio? Obviously. I mean,
I'm
Wow.
looking here. Hang on. I'm just.
That's crazy. Surely, I mean, yeah, if it's a satellite. I mean,
the northern half of your country is north of the Arctic Circle.
yeah.
And I don't think you could even get satellite radio up there, probably, because I know
Maybe
Alaska
not.
has a difficult time. Well, but
Maybe
you're down
the
not.
things you learn
Yeah.
about Norway.
Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting country, yes.
So Eric Schmidt, former Google CEO, he says a time is rapidly approaching. He said actually within 3 to 5 years, he's a little concerned that AI is going to stop taking commands from us. So,
But that's, if you ask Grok, he says he's not interested in taking over the world.
But can I AI is gonna stop taking commands from us. Have you seen like 90% of the human populations? They take commands. Like what?
right?
Like really?
You know
AI
that
is
scene.
threat-
That scene.
Bah.
There's that scene in whatever Avengers movie it is where Loki is like, "You all want to be ruled." I mean, that's the truth. I mean, that one guy stands up, and you know what I'm talking about. Shoo, shoo. Sorry.
Are we talking about whips and leather kind of stuff? or
No,
what?
Loki. Forget it. Anyway,
What?
but there's a scene
I'm
where
asking for a friend.
where Loki is telling all of the citizens that humans just want to be ruled.
He's not wrong.
I know. That's what I hate about that scene because it's so true.
And
So yeah, so saying that AI is, AI is gonna stop. AI is human created, okay? People who love to be governed, govern me,
Yeah.
honey, daddy, is telling you they made something that's gonna go awry. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so here's a quote from Eric Schmidt. This path is not understood in our society. There's no language for what happens with the arrival of this. That's why it's underhyped. People do not understand what happens when you have intelligence at this level.
yeah, but what's it gonna do? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
what
know.
are you gonna do?
not
you
let
seen
you watch TV
Terminator?
on Friday night? What?
Have you seen Terminator? Okay, all right. Then I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure we're fine.
I mean, that could happen, but think of the excitement.
But like, we could make that whole system just malfunction by asking about midgets,
Right.
right? So it's flawed.
So hang on a second.
Right.
Hold on. Plan A is to start asking it a lot of questions, just peppering it with questions about midgets.
Midget questions.
Plan B, if it outsmarts us there, is to just drop an EMP and start over.
Mhm.
Okay, we get
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Did y'all hear that? I mean, I know this has been going on for a while, and it is obviously the centerpiece of a Simpsons episode. But experiments to dim sunlight to fight global warming are about to get the green light in Britain.
I love the British.
I mean, what the hell?
We kicked their ass in a couple of wars.
The British wants to cancel the sun. It's not a new idea. Bill Gates thought about this for like years ago. We had our meteorological institute something.
So,
I think it's 2017 or whatever it was, talking about making clouds to dim the sun as well. And so this idea isn't new, but the UK has gone very tyrannical.
Mohammedish. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, that too.
So,
But
so hang on a second. I hear what you're saying, and there's this one sentence in this article that I wonder if the people that push global warming read the stories that they write about it, because in this article it talks about Dr. Sebastian Eastham, a senior lecturer at what a loser. Listen to his title. He's a senior lecturer in sustainable aviation at Imperial
He
College.
likes to wear women's clothes at night too.
Right. quote.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But he's right, though, right? Listen to this. Every time you fly, sulfur, which is naturally present in jet fuel, is emitted into the lowermost stratosphere, causing a small cooling effect. Then shouldn't we be polluting more? If that's what you're trying to get at is cooler temperatures, then we should pollute more. Dr. Sebastian Eastham of Sustainable Aviation at Imperial College. This is the dumbest cult. It's just...
Even if, okay, so, and they want to make it, what are they, they're like, they're sprinkling aluminum fairy dust into the atmosphere so that it reflects sunlight back up. Jazz hands?
Jazz hands, yes.
So,
sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my dogs are about to kill. Go ahead.
That's probably just the postman. And so if they did that over the entire country, over all of Britain, I mean, Britain is like this big in, something this big. So what are they going to do? Just block out the sun over Britain? The hell, the sun doesn't even shine in Britain to begin with.
Right.
They're going to stay. No. You got this all. The whole premises for climate change is the heroes. And the UK now wants to be the hero that saves us all from the burning sun that gives us life, right? Mm-hmm. And the foundation of green politics and this whole climate religion is that soda bubbles are bad for the environment, and that whole premises is wrong.
No,
right? So I don't know, can we just scrap the whole climate change thing altogether, because
it gives them something to rally around, and it's money. It's a money-making religion to them.
It's a financial bubble. Actually, I have a coworker. His name is Kent Anderson, and Kent Anderson.
Gesundheit.
He's written 2 books about this, and his first book about the climate scam is actually I think is coming out in English soon. So maybe I'll have him come on your show, Keith, and talk about that, because he is quite the expert.
So do I call him Anderson or Anderson?
Anderson.
Wait, don't you guys write in American over there too?
Yeah, you're writing American, right?
I mean,
we write American, yeah.
Okay, just checking, because
hold on. I'm distracted. I'm sorry. I got to scroll up here for this comment here, and I can't find it now. Lep
says that XM is in Norway.
XM is in Norway, but Lep also says that he hasn't paid for Sirius XM. Look at that. He hasn't made a XM payment since 2004. And then you scroll down on this saga here. It says, what does it say? He's got a lifetime membership. Like, how did I not find out about that till right now?
Yeah. What did you have to do to get the lifetime membership?
What did you do, Lab?
It has to do with soft hands, doesn't it?
Oh, no. Okay. We'll wait for the follow-up on that. Okay. So, the global warming thing pisses me off. It has robbed treasure from generations and taxpayers around the world, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And it just pisses me off. Anyway, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Lep, you're not allowed to be posting comments about climate change. We're waiting for the more important topic, and that was Sirius XM for free.
Right.
Anyway, so let me find this video.
I get Netflix for free.
Yeah, but you do it illegally.
No.
Really?
Once I even tried to pay, and they were like, nope.
Wait, hold on a second. What?
Yeah, I did a satellite media tour for them like 20 years ago.
Look at you, huh? You're still cashing in on that, huh?
Well, so it's not because you're so far out because you were dropped on the head as a child that they cannot convert you into LBT, BC plus Q gay stuff.
Keith, I told you they talked American in Norway.
Don't skip the G. Don't hate the G. Okay.
That was back when they did CDs and DVDs.
Yeah. We used to do that all the time.
And then you could keep them for as long as you wanted, no late fees. And then they wanted me to know what it was like so that I could get out there and talk about it. And then I guess at that time they said, well, you get a lifetime subscription to it. And hell, nobody knew it was going to be around in 20 years. So
yeah.
And at one point they did say, all right, or I got an email saying your subscription's about to run out. And I'm like, well, that was like 8-9 years ago. And I'm thinking, okay, I had a good run. I had 15 years. I didn't have to pay. And, okay, I'll bite the bullet. And then they sent me another one and said, oh, no, never mind. We made a mistake. And no, you don't have to pay. I'm like, cool.
Wow. So, hang on a second. by my calculations, for the last 13 years, Lep has gotten SiriusXM for free. He wrote one check for $750, and that gave him lifetime XM.
Wait a second. Hold on. If it's only $7 a month.
No, but look, he paid $750 in 2004, and if it's roughly $100 a year, just add 8 years to that, and then you got 2012. So for the last 13 years, he's got it for free, and then 30-minute.
30-minute. What?
That's a Jeffy line.
Oh,
never mind.
I know.
30-minute. You got the 30-minute.
Right.
Okay. I want y'all to watch this video and tell me what you would do if this was you on a plane.
Does her hair smell good? Is that a she?
I mean, why do people suck so much? Like,
is that real? Is that real? That's the other thing. Because who is that stupid and
I think Rebecca just mentioned how 90% of us are just so brain dead and want to be governed. We also have 90% of us roaming around us without any common sense or common courtesy anymore.
But so much is faked now.
That is true. But if that was me on the plane, and I can tell you about some really shitty plane rides that I've had in my time, I can guarantee.
Did they involve Spirit Airlines?
I'll tell you what, if that lady was in front of me and she kept doing that, that hair would be pulled off. Her head would be so far back over that seat that she would never put her hair over any seat ever again.
The problem is you can't get these on the plane. Because if you could.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
In your carry-on bag?
You know, you could probably get like one half if one of you carried one half and there's somebody else in your party carried the other half.
Oh, come on.
What
I see the commentary here as well say I would cut it. I wouldn't cut it because, you know, that it wouldn't be as much fun as just pulling
it. It would be because you'd be long gone and she'd be at the hotel going.
That'd be a cat fight.
Okay, so I've got this article here. And I cannot.
No one answered my question. Does her hair smell good?
I don't know. Joe Biden.
If she's throwing her hair back over the seat, aren't you allowed to sniff it at that point? That's not creepy. She offered.
Boy, that's a good one. Your Honor.
That's actually maybe that's my space.
Are you saying that in my space, Your Honor, I'm not allowed to use my nose?
I didn't invade her space. She stuck her hair in my space.
I mean, if I put my hair over a seat like that and I could feel like Biden creeping up behind me to smell me, I would remove my hair real fast.
Right. Okay, so
got my own hair.
I read this story. Here's the headline: Woman crosses her legs on an 8-hour flight, preventing a man in front of her from reclining fully. Then he gets mad. Well, anyway, the comments underneath the story, they were, and I kind of am mad at her too because she's basically just.
That doesn't prevent him from reclining. You just push harder.
So hold on. Can I tell you? So what I do is when they start to lean back, you see it coming, right? And you can quickly react. And I just put my knees out. I put my knees way out. So the trick is you have to catch them at the very beginning. So you don't wait for them to lean back and then you passively aggressively put your knees in there. No. You have to react quickly so that they think that that's just the way it is back there, or maybe the chair's like that. So as soon as they start going back, that's when your knees go up, and then you have to hold that pose, brother, until they give up and go, well, fuck, that sucks. Lean back up. So I'm just saying, I do this every time. Now, if for whatever reason I don't catch it in time, have we lost the ability, and I know the answer to this, to just communicate? He's like, excuse me, could you please lean up? Yes. I mean, right?
Yes, we have.
Like, if my knees don't get into place quick enough, then I'm just going to have that conversation. But whatever.
We're still talking about airlines.
First of all, I'm questioning.
Sorry.
I'm just questioning the size of this lady because when you asked me about my height coming into the show, Keith, and I'm not a big person, but as in terms of flying, if somebody wants to put their seat back, that never bothers me. I can still get my feet up in the seat and sit like I would do anywhere else. So
I hate you little people. You know what? You have such unfair advantages. It's just not fair.
But with that said, there are certain rules when you fly. You don't put your seat back when it's dinner time. Like there's just stuff that everything needs to be clean before you lean your seat back. Make sure that there's like you're not disturbing the person eating behind you, or that they still have trash on their tray or whatever. Like let them put their tray up before you push your seat back. That's just normal courtesy.
Can we just have
what if they never do that though? What if they sit there and the whole damn time and they got something stupid on their stupid tray and they won't put their tray up?
Well, then
what about
that's their choice.
We have seats that don't recline at all.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
So Spirit Airlines.
So sit down, enjoy the flight, and stop bugging people around you. Don't even give them the opportunity to bug people.
Did I mention Spirit Airlines sucks?
Like what triggered you? Like, have you been on there?
Me?
Yeah.
Spirit? Oh, Spirit sucks balls. They're horrible.
I know.
They're just awful. It's worse. Their seats are worse than folding chairs.
Like you hope you just get out, you get to your destination, and nobody gets hurt along the way.
Yes.
I mean, why can't we just make it as comfortable for everyone as we can? I don't get the whole cattiness on the plane.
Well, as long as I'm comfortable, I don't give a shit about the rest of the people.
Amen. I'm glad we got there. This only child agrees. Okay, so this house I'm about to show you on the screen, I have misplaced the information, but if memory serves, I know it does because I don't forget anything, y'all. Oh yeah, wait, I got it right here. Hang on. Yeah, this house right here only cost, he says, $5 million. It's in Alabama. I don't know who lived here.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that cool? See the driveway there is a guitar.
Is that Silly Gave Iris's house?
I have not a clue. Look at, holy crap. It's like Versailles, bro.
That is way too much stuff to dust.
Right. Is it for sale?
It's for sale. Yeah. Go get it. So how much is this going to run you in Norway?
Oh my God. A lot.
Where is that? Georgia?
Alabama.
Alabama. Oh, it's probably a member of Alabama.
How dare you say Alabama and Georgia are the same?
Alabama. Well, it's just like Norway and Sweden are the same thing.
Bless your fucking little heart.
Them's fighting words.
I knew. See, Keith, I told you I could get it in there.
I told him don't. He accidentally said Sweden before you logged on. Don't do that. All right, so there you go.
Hold on a second. What is the difference between Norway and Sweden?
Everything.
Oh. I bet you both have an influx of third world populations. Oh, wait, that could be America we're talking about.
Actually, Sweden is leading in third world population. Yeah. They are.
To them.
So they're good at something, ruining their country. They're the greatest at in Scandinavia.
Okay.
It's the Guitar Mansion. It's going to auction.
Who owns it?
Largest mansion in Alabama, guitar-shaped front yard, ties to the collapse of a Fortune 500 company going on the auction block for third time. When Larry House began to build his trophy mansion in the mid-1990s project. He was one of America's most successful healthcare professionals who transformed Birmingham's med partners from a startup. Business $8 billion, blah, blah, blah. House tried to sell it in 2003, put it up for auction, $3.95 million. He's got $30 million invested in it.
Whoa. And he's selling it for $5 million.
He's upside down a little bit.
Your math. You're talking about people sucking at math. It ain't me. It's this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy crap! I want you to see this just because it's just kind of fun, especially if you have a fear of heights. 420 feet in the sky. We're changing a light bulb, kids. Look at that, huh?
Is that the radio tower?
Audio. Look at that light.
Those are cool light bulbs.
They are, right?
Those are the ones at the studio.
Oh my gosh, look at this. You drop that, you're screwed. You got to go all the way
that'd be so cool, though, to drop one from 400 feet.
I love how he's like, I got one hand free to record this.
Yeah, but you'd have to wear a diaper up there.
Why?
Because if you look down, you're going to shit your pants.
Yes, a fact.
Because, nope.
Nope.
Rebecca would do it.
Yeah. Would you? Are you afraid of heights, Rebecca?
Not particularly, no.
See, told you she'd do it.
Hey, I got a question. What's the story with these two? What's the story with these two?
That's what I said. That's why I asked if that was Silly Gay Virus's house.
Billy Ray. Oh, okay, I got it now. Billy Ray Cyrus and Liz Hurley are apparently an item. Do we think this is real or a joke, or do we even care? We don't care. Moving on.
Care?
But I mean,
but why do they look like they made Miley Cyrus? That's what I'm.
They look like the same people, don't they?
Yeah.
One's got facial hair.
There's something weird. Because I saw that too, and I'm like, that is strangely intriguing, and I'm not sure why, but it is. Because
you know why? I'll tell you why. Because you never think of those two together, just like you never thought of Gwen Stefani and who'd she marry? The country guy.
Blake Shelton.
Right? It's like it just you don't think of those worlds colliding, and then you're like you see them together, and you're like,
right.
All right, I guess I'll get used to this. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Okay.
Do you guys have country music over there in Norway?
Yeah, do you on your DAB radio?
Our DAB radio.
Radio.
We do, but it's not good.
Do you have cars?
We used to have some cars, and then we got electrical vehicles. So,
aren't those great?
Yeah, they're really.
I like
great.
EVs. What's wrong with an EV? I have a Tesla.
If
you're in minus 20 Celsius and you have to drive for a while,
don't make me do this.
The battery that you're promised is not the battery that you get.
What is 20
Well,
degrees?
yeah, minus 20. It's colder than hell, is what it is.
Wait, did you say 20 degrees? Oh, negative 20 degrees. Oh,
Negative 20. Yeah.
My bad. I thought you were
zero is freezing.
68 degrees.
You
probably get out your summer clothes when it's 68 degrees. Minus below zero. Below zero is
yeah, it's below zero. Yeah.
Way below zero.
Well, 20 below Celsius is 4 below.
You know how your phone, well, maybe you guys don't know, Keith, you live in Texas, so you know that you definitely don't know. But when you're below zero and you take your phone out, it runs out of battery before you can watch a full video.
Oh, I love Miss Norway here saying, well, I definitely don't know. As if I have lived every minute in 100-degree heat. I will say that I went to school at the University of Nebraska. In fact, get this. Actually, this is actually pretty funny, I think. When we moved to Omaha, moved to the 3rd floor of an apartment complex.
Is that in Norway?
It was the hottest day of the year, and it was over 100 degrees. Mm-hmm. And it just sucked, moving all those boxes and just, it was dreadful, okay? So then when we moved out of Omaha and I had to load up the U-Haul, it was the coldest day of the year, and it was December of whatever the hell year it was. And it was, to your point, Rebecca, my cell phone and my watch, I think it was. Yeah, I had a digital Casio because I'm a geek. And it was like
a calculator on it.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the Back to the Future picture, where they like fade in and out, and like the screen was just like, help me, help me. Anyway, so because all of our stuff was in the garage that was outside, separate from the building, it was a mess. It was anyway.
And that is what happens to your EV.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So there are some places that an EV is not going to do well. I agree. But I mean, I've got nothing against EVs.
No, I don't either. Like in a general sense, the only thing I got against EVs was all the climate cult people that told me that I was a bad person for not.
Right.
But that's the other thing about the climate cult. The climate save the boiling earth kind of thing. I'm just going to give this out there to every single one of you so you can repeat this whenever needed. Climate change is always about buying something.
Yep.
That's what we
said. Just remember that. EVs are a part of that.
It's a transfer of wealth. Hey,
don't buy it from Elon Musk because Orange Man bad.
Well, I want to get a Tesla now because they're drawing swastikas and going all crazy over Teslas, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'd drive a Tesla. And I would put a sticker on it. Got it after Elon went crazy.
I'm going to drop this conspiracy theory. because I think this thing has legs. I think they have either sprayed something in the air or dropped something in the water to make these people go batshit crazy. The ones that are scratching Teslas and spray painting swastikas on them, because they're nuts. These people are certified, and it makes no sense what they're doing. And there has to be something, or an energy weapon.
I'm gonna counter conspiracy.
Hang on. Hold your answer.
My cat's here to say hi, guys. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The mRNA vaccines. That's what made
that's what did it.
It's a bio.
I mean,
goodest answer any.
Okay, I'll tell. What's the cat's name?
Yeah, what's your
His name is Balded, like the Norse god.
Balded?
Yeah.
Like scalded but balded? Does he have balls?
He does. He is
Yes.
neutered, but it doesn't look like he is.
Call that cat nutsack.
He's a big boy.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Time out. New name coming.
What? Dude looks like he would come through the camera and scratch my eyeballs out.
I like the way Mr. Reagan thinks. Thanks. That was a good comment.
See? What are you looking for, Keith?
English to Norwegian translation.
Hang on. Your cat's new nickname, all right, is okay. Well, that's not very fun.
Deb says they're getting a check from Soros.
It's naughty sick. Naughty sick.
Did you say nutsack to get that?
Yeah, I did. Is that not right?
Yeah.
Nutsack becomes naughty sick. Okay.
Hello, I'm the nutsack.
I'm a little concerned, y'all, and I just want to share this with the class. I feel like I can be open with everybody gathered here.
Mystery fog from January.
So I've had this my drinking glass, my Grimace drinking glass up here for probably a month.
Did you know Grimace is a butt plug?
Is that right?
How do you know that?
Look at him.
How do you not know?
How do you not know that he's a butt plug?
Hey, listen. I'm this close to throwing up right now.
The first butt plug was invented by a Norwegian, as a matter of fact.
Now you're gonna help me just spew everywhere.
You brought up the butt plug.
The purple butt plug with a face. Hello. Okay, something bad just happened to me, and I'm doing everything.
It looks like the Finnish Mumi. I don't know if you know what that is. Mumi?
Is that a butt plug?
It's a cartoon thing, and they have a theme park and everything, and it kind of looks like that. It's like a white kind of. It does look like a butt. They look like butt plugs.
Google. Okay, Brad, don't Google butt plug. Google whatever the hell. But I got to tell y'all something. I'm kind of scared. I don't like this game. I had this glass up here, and then I've been filling it with vodka, and I've been enjoying the vodka, and then I just realized, and I just cleaned it out while y'all are talking, there was like little specks of mold in the bottom of this damn thing.
You'll be fine.
I want to throw up now.
You'll be fine.
How the vodka should have killed. Well, no, because
you'll be fine.
Empty. It was empty, and then I put the vodka.
That's why I don't use metal straws anymore, because I had a metal straw in my cup like this for a very long time, and then it was like, man, this thing is not sucking very well. Sorry. So then I went and I got a break, because you don't think. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I didn't think about cleaning it. When I ran the stupid cleaner through the metal straw, it's like this black goo came out. It was like, oh, yeah,
that's worse than a couple of specks of mold.
So that's why I said you'll be fine, and I will never have another metal straw.
You guys know that you can clean stuff, right?
What? What is it? Is that Norwegian? What is that word? Never heard it.
We have women for that.
Was it last week, Brad, that I demonstrated the filth that I'm broadcasting from?
Right. Yes. Yeah, it was.
That's not good. Okay. So here's a question. And it's our government, so you can chime in as a foreigner if you'd like. But I don't know how y'all do things over there.
Can Mr. Reagan be a foreigner? I don't think so.
The White House has been exploring ideas to encourage more Americans to have children, including a baby bonus payment of $5,000 to help, the decline in the U.S. birth rate. And no decision has been made. But what are your thoughts on paying people to procreate? Who wants to go first?
Isn't that illegal? Or no, it's just the sex part. If you pay him to have sex. No one said anything about him getting pregnant.
This is no. Hold on. There's a court case here somewhere. Hang on,
I
Your
don't know.
Honor. Sure, my client paid for sex,
Right.
but it was just to qualify for the money that
Right.
so the government is the John, right?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we got to think this through. We might have a court case here. So, Rebecca, what do you think of paying people?
I think it's a great idea. Why wouldn't you want to make people's lives easier in terms? Because I have
have an answer.
No, so listen.
Yes,
Hungary, they give you they let you not pay tax. So for each child, you pay less tax. If you have more than 3 children, you don't pay tax for life.
Right. No, okay, that's different. I like that plan. Do I want to, as a taxpayer, pay someone for something as opposed to just have it so that they don't pay for something, in this case, taxes?
True. I see your side to it, Keith, but also I'm thinking that this would be like a quick fix to get people to procreate. Some long-term plans are needed in that case.
But you're going to come out ahead if it's no taxes for life as opposed to.
I mean, we pay people $5,000 to leave the country.
Wait, what?
I'll leave I'll leave any country.
I'll find a Spirit Airlines
something
flight.
like that. Like if you leave on your own,
Make me leave.
In certain cases, like immigrants that doesn't really need to be here anymore, like we pay them to leave.
Wow.
I don't want to pay for that either. I mean, if you came here illegally and you're being kicked out, then you should just...
remember, there's only, what is it? How many people live in Norway? Like 5.3, right? I think I looked that
5.5.
5.5 million.
Yeah.
Hungary, 9.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
These are tiny. These are smaller than states. How the hell do y'all make any money over there? I mean,
oil. But yeah.
Continue. Good point.
And seafood.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Salmon.
I love salmon.
Wait.
Hold
on. I grew up in the South, and
there's nothing wrong with some good salmon. I love salmon.
I called it salmon for quite a long time. It's salmon.
It's salmon.
Salmon.
It's salmon.
Salmon. I
love salmon.
Okay.
Well, actually, we say lox.
That's a good point. Yeah, right. Bagels
and I say not a sick.
But you guys call it Norwegian lox as well. I've seen that in American stores.
What's that?
Lox.
Lox and bagels. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a Jewish thing, especially up in New York. Lox and bagels.
Hey, did you guys know that time travel's been going on for a long time?
Yes.
You know that? I got the proof right here. If I could just.
Is there a punchline?
See that? That guy right there? A little. He's wearing Nikes. See that? See that? He's wearing the Nike. Right there. You see? Back in the day.
Yeah.
Someone cannot have painted that there.
No, of course not. No. I mean, if you need more, if that wasn't good enough proof, then I've got more for you here that time travel's a thing. In fact, they had iPhones back when the Indians were running around doing their thing.
That's funny because we have a lot of immigrants coming to Europe and they say they have nothing and no papers and no money, but they always have an iPhone.
Okay, don't get distracted because
here in America, we give them. Whoa, what the hell kind of BDSM is that going on?
Right. You got one guy tied up and he wants to see what meme the Indian guy's looking at. He's like, show me, damn you. Look at that.
That's some gay porn site he's looking at.
I mean, maybe.
No judgment. I don't care what he's looking at. I'm just reading the room. That's all.
We got a guy back there about to get his head chopped off. See that?
Well, and there's a bull looking to get on the action back there too.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what are y'all doing?
He's smiling too. He's
right.
Yeah.
That guy's not going to get his head chopped off. He's in a stock.
Yeah, my bad. You're right. Excuse me.
The Indian guy is just trying to Google his way out of there. It looks like.
He's like, whoa. Hold off, white man.
I don't know what the hell these people are doing at this party, but I don't want any part of it. I hear the cat. I'll be right back.
Oh, you got a cat too? Is its name Nutsacken too? Nutsack.
No, his name is Balded. B-A-L-D.
Yeah.
E-R.
You don't even.
Balded.
Hold on. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Okay. Oh, so perfect segue. I love unintentional segues. I have this very strange article, and I want to know. Wait, what are you just eating? What was that? What are you eating? Share with the class.
It's a skull, like licorice and strawberry.
There's his cat. There's his butthole. Whoops.
I don't want to see his...
What?
I don't.
What? He wants you to see his butthole right there.
Okay.
Well, no, because he didn't come in last week, and
We're going to be blocked for porn right now. You do realize that?
Wait, did they make cat buttholes illegal again?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you have like a news alert set up. Like you follow that.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, I don't.
No, you follow it. Yeah.
Yes,
you follow it for alerts. That's it.
I do.
Full stop. Yep.
You're right.
So let me this is the strangest thing. Like, do you ever like see these things pop up in your feed? Try this one neat trick or whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got this one for olive oil, and it says you're supposed to drink olive oil before bed. Now, apparently, Rebecca, who it's now what 10:15 at night over there.
Yeah.
Is it your routine to just eat licorice at night before bed, or what? Are we? I don't know, because this right here says if you drink olive oil before bed, it will help you digestion. It will help your heart health. It will lower your cholesterol. Let's see here. It's it'll
you slather it over nether regions.
Improve your sleep quality. It assists with weight management. It's like this is wild. I don't know that I want to try this, but it just got me thinking. Do you guys do anything for your health that maybe people would go, "Well, that's kind of weird"? And I think we're about to get a licorice cure out of Rebecca.
Can I answer the whole olive oil thing? Because
you've heard of that?
No, but Keith is not a. God, this is a sales mimic. Okay.
Yeah.
So healthy fats like olive oils, avocado oils, or animal products, which you should be eating. Yeah, it's good for your health. The whole diet, no fat thing is what makes soy boys. Okay, don't do that.
Is that why my nipples are so tender?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why.
Okay, yeah.
Like, go get some butter in you or olive oil if that's the case. But drinking that before bed every night, do I believe in that? No. Just like keep your diet good. Oh my God, the cat's.
Wait, keep your diet good. Weren't you just like ripping pieces of licorice in your mouth?
I told you they spoke American there.
Well,
no more cat asses, y'all.
What? What do you have against cat buttholes, Keith?
Hey, this has got potato in it. So,
I have a good one for you.
Does that count?
I only drink vodka because vodka is made from fruit and vegetable from potatoes. So vodka is healthy.
So vodka is technically a vegetable.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like James Brady.
You're welcome, Keith.
James. We've only gotten 2. We got to get 3. We got to get 3.
A third.
You got to get, if you're going to do like a really deep joke
in
a
do it
show,
3 times.
You got to do it 3 times. So
well, we're not. It's not the end of the program.
It's not the end of the program. You got 45 minutes to come up with another.
Yeah, we want to space them out.
You've been really sliding in the old James Brady vegetable one-liner.
Right.
That's good stuff. Right. So anyway, I appreciate the edification. I never thought that I was being healthy by drinking vodka, but here we are. The things you learn in this program. So you're saying that I shouldn't drink olive oil before bed to be healthy?
It's not going to make a difference for you.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know that for a fact?
Your diet altogether. If you eat meat,
do you know that if you drink an olive oil shot before bedtime, I mean, is there proof that is not good for you?
No. It's not that it's not good for you. It's just that if you eat enough fats throughout your meals through the day, you don't have to drink olive oil or eat a dish of butter, for that matter, to feel healthy. Like, it's not a cure or anything.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Butter. That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
Butter.
Why don't we wrap this up?
Better because it's fat.
I love butter. Margarine is nasty.
Yeah, that's plastic. Don't eat that.
I know. And plastic, a big problem with. They just found. What was that story this morning? They just found plastic in the. What is it? Ovarian fluid. Women. First time they've ever found it in like the ovaries of women or the eggs of female humans. We've got plastic everywhere.
I don't like it, man. Those microplastics.
Yes.
Is RFK going to fix that?
You can't fix it. It's everywhere. I mean, all you can do is not do it anymore. But we're going to start coming out of the womb with plastic parts.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Actually, it would be, because I mean, if you had like a plastic finger, I mean, just imagine.
No,
Just leave
let's
it right.
not imagine.
What?
So
What's wrong with having a plastic finger?
I'm trying to read through this article real quick because the first time I read it, I don't remember seeing the answer to my question, and I don't see it now. I think they're just too embarrassed to say it. But there was that story. I'm sure you've heard. It's been out for a couple weeks now. About the chick that threw away the USB drive that had her significant other's Bitcoin on it.
I have not heard that story.
Yeah, that would make me vomit. So
on her.
Oh my gosh! And so she feels bad, and I don't even know what I would lose my freaking.
Does she feel bad?
Maybe she just wanted to leave him. Maybe she has the USB stick.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is a plot. She's hiding it somewhere. She tells him she lost it when all she wanted to do was get out of the relationship.
Tell me that didn't cross your mind at some point, because come on.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of that. Yeah. So
Women
do you have
are devious.
No. Rebecca, close your ears.
We are devious.
Oh, okay.
You know, she is one. I mean,
women are conniving,
evil
creatures.
Yep.
We can be very tentative and caring and good and nurturing and nice and angel-like, but we can also be evil and conniving.
Hang on, is that a personality disorder or is that just being a female?
No, it's just our gender.
Got it. Okay, so then I've got this other story of a woman who won $2.5 million on a lottery scratch-off. And the problem is she misplaced it. And she realized where it ended up, and it was in a coat pocket of a coat that she donated. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have time to go and donate clothing between winning a lottery ticket. And that's the first thing is on my to-do list, is to go cash that in. But she apparently put it in a coat pocket, then got busy, oh, crap. I'd love to go cash in my $2.5 million lottery ticket, but I had plans to go down to the Goodwill this weekend instead. And so it's gone. She donated the jacket and the ticket's gone too, but the ticket hasn't been cashed. So nobody knows except for it's about to run out of time. And
wait, they run out?
Yeah, you only have a certain amount of time to cash them in, I guess. Yeah. Even the scratch offs. That's interesting. Huh.
I didn't.
Or maybe it's not. It may not be a scratch off. Actually, nope. It's a.
But it was funny because when you said the USB, the Bitcoin USB, because remember the dude that threw it away and he wanted to go find it in the landfill. Now he wants to buy the landfill.
I think somebody on the show I think suggested that. Just go and
what?
Yeah, but
because it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in. But I mean, how are you ever? Because it's worth $800 million. Wouldn't that be funny though if he buys the landfill and he sifts through it and one day he finds it, and the day before, like an hour before he finds it,
Bitcoin
crashes and it's worth $300.
Hey, what is Bitcoin doing today? Is it in a good mode today?
Yes.
I need to know. Okay,
it's up.
It's 95. Yeah, okay.
Is it 95?
I'm so close to retiring, y'all. Okay. Let's see what else I got here.
You're boring. You're boring, Rebecca. She's like ready to go to bed now.
Yeah. Are you ready to go to bed? Can you hang out? Can you play a little bit longer?
I can hang out longer. I'm good. I'm just I'm not a crypto person.
She's like, I'm bored, but I can hang out longer.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just not into the crypto stuff.
Are you okay? What is the most valuable thing you've ever lost though?
Myself.
My respect.
Both of you, get out. Rebecca, what have you lost that was the most valuable besides yourself and besides you can't answer Jesus either? Remember, that's the rule.
But that is the most valuable thing I've ever lost is myself at a couple of occasions. Like you would know if you've lost yourself, you know what I'm talking about.
Strike two. What of monetary value
She's
other
trying
than
to
yourself?
put some meaning into the conversation.
No meaning
and
here.
You're fighting it.
Aimless conversations. No meaning.
So, what's the most not stolen but lost?
Did someone steal you though?
Yeah,
I thought we were going for deeper meaning on this answer.
no, I haven't really lost anything that valuable in terms of like material stuff. I have lost my iPhone, but that miraculously came back to me. I've lost a diamond ring that I never found, but I have no idea how much money that cost because that was given to me. So.
Oh, wait a minute. We need a backstory on this.
Wow.
Hold
It
on.
was a birthday present, not an engagement ring.
Oh, okay.
Now we're not interested.
Yeah,
Whatever. F it. Happy birthday.
Well,
Brad, what about you?
I lost my wallet once, but it was the way I lost it that was weird because I was in a hotel and I was about to get off the
What part of town were you in?
elevator. You think, I'm not always that way. No, I was about to get off the elevator and I pulled my wallet out for some reason and it fell out of my hand and went right down the slot between the elevator and the floor, right down like into the elevator nowhere land. I mean, it didn't bounce, it just went right straight down. And that is a sinking feeling when that happens. Let me just tell you.
So it was gone forever?
No, I found it, but I lost it. I mean, there for a while. I mean, when you see your wallet go down into the underworld of the elevator, you panic a little bit.
Of course you do. You do the same thing with your phone. Like,
Yeah.
and if you can find your phone or my wallet is in my phone now. So, but that passport, press pass and other necessary stuff, if you can't find it, it's panic mode.
Yes, absolutely. And
definitely
kind of like Christy Nome. Wasn't it Christy Nome?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear this, Rebecca? Do y'all talk about America? Do you guys obsess about...
Do you guys have American politics in
Hold
Norway?
on a second. I want to ask the question about Christy Nome, but first, it's so rare that I have someone from the other side of the planet on. From our perspective, and this isn't entirely true because there are some people over here, and I work with some of them, Jeff Fisher, who are obsessed with the royal family, right? And it's like, if it's not in the boundaries of the U.S., this introspective American just like, well, that sucks. Okay, moving on. But I just wonder, it just seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like people around the world seem to be very interested in what's happening in the United States. Am I wrong with that perception? I don't know. Help me out here from your perspective.
You're very, very correct. Something happened, we still have those Europeans that are absolutely obsessed with royals in Europe, that being Norway, Sweden, United Kingdom, Denmark, wherever you are, where they're still royal. But with the United States and the influence from the US from, I would say like the 50s, celebrities kind of took that role of royalty. And ever since then, it's just grown. Like we're more concerned with celebrity than we are with royals. And if you look at the Norwegian royal family, I think I mentioned this for you before, Keith, where we have this stepson that is now being charged with rape and assault. And we have the queen-to-be that was a cocaine addict. And then the princess that married a shaman that was, his job was to cast evil spirits out of women's vaginas. And they started an angel school. And I can go on.
Time out.
Who hasn't done that?
Time out. Brad just logged on to Indeed.com. And he's like, that's a job I can apply for?
What's the hourly rate?
Yeah,
on that?
right. Hold on a second. This is fascinating.
Vaginal demons.
My God. that isn't. He's oh my god. He's and also during COVID, he sold little like medallions that would protect you from coronavirus.
Okay, so
Did they work?
No.
I mean,
okay, hold on.
don't knock it unless you try it, right? I mean,
this is in Norway, right?
Yes.
Has there ever been
Well,
a
he's
confirmed
American
case?
though, so he came from you guys. Thank you very much.
Our bad.
capitalism rocks.
Has
baby.
there ever been a confirmed case of a demon? Never mind.
Vaginal demons are succubuses.
That's true.
There's an incubus and a succubus.
Yeah.
I need a nap. Okay, so hang on a second.
That's when they get you. That's when they get you. Though the succubuses get you.
Here's
when
my
you're
question,
sleeping.
Rebecca. If someone from Britain, or hell, let's just do Norway, right? If you told me right now, hey,
word association, succubus, go.
No, if you said something along the lines of, tell me just give me a top story happening in Norwegian politics, I would literally say, well, I know your prime minister was here yesterday, but let's just pretend it was 3 weeks from now. I would just be staring at you blankly, like, sure. My question for you is, and if I sound like an arrogant American, so be it. But it feels like, do you guys know? Like, do you know what's happening over in the United States? And maybe you're a bad example since you're in news. But like the average person on the streets of Norway, of Oslo, do they know what the U.S. Congress is debating on, or am I just getting a little crazy there?
No,
Okay.
I mean, you're correct in many ways because U.S. politics does take up a lot of space in papers. You're also correct about me being privileged in that way because we do, document media, which I work for, we covered U.S. politics very, very thoroughly and not in the mainstream media kind of way. Mm-hmm. So no, Keith, they don't know what the Congress is debating, but they do know that Orange Man is bad every day.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good branding. Seriously, I mean, that is simple, good old fashioned branding that the people who hate Orange Man, that's worldwide branding. Orange Man bad is universal.
Oh my, you should have seen the news after our prime minister went into the White House yesterday. Because now the mainstream media is all furious. What was the quote? Hold on, let me find it. Because it's absolutely, utterly ridiculous if you listen to what they're writing in one of the biggest, used to be conservative, still claims to be
talking about
conservative.
Jonas Gahr Støre?
Jonas Gahr Støre,
what
yes.
I say?
Not a second.
Nutensack. The Norwegian Prime Minister Nutensacken was here today.
Oh, she's gonna start doing that. She's gonna, at least with her friends. Prime Minister Nutsack.
Nutensacken.
Oh, we call him Tåkefyrsten, which is kind of the Prince of the Fog.
Right? That's my nickname for Keith. That's so weird.
It's not that catchy though. Plus, I was there first. You started calling me that years ago. So
Nutensacken.
Nutensacken.
Oh, I can't find it. It was kind of funny because it was something about that people aren't mad enough. How can you look your children in the eyes if you think that our prime minister did a good job in the White House, sort of thing?
They did the same thing to Bill Maher. They're doing. I mean, they're because I'm assuming that the prime minister didn't come out and say Orange Man bad, and therefore he didn't.
Oh my! Our media is worse than your media in portraying Trump as a bad man. Over here, he's Hitler times 3. Okay.
So you have Democrats over there as well.
The whole nation is a
she is a
Democratic Party. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, our diplomat in Washington, Anniken Huitfeldt, the woman who flew the Taliban to Norway on a private jet on taxpayer money to put them up in a luxury hotel to discuss women's rights.
I don't understand this world.
They put her in Washington because she fucked up. Okay, she didn't even apply for that position, which is illegal. But they put her in Washington. Ever since Trump took office, she's had a picture with herself and Biden on Twitter. Ooh. It wasn't until yesterday she changed that, and she came into the Oval Office all glooming and smiling.
Wait a minute, she came over here. She's been in the White House.
In Washington D.C.
That bitch.
I'm jealous.
That was the woman who thought that she could influence the Taliban to let women have their rights. You know what happened after they talked to her? They banned women from speaking in public, and I understand why.
I'm glad you said that because I was gonna. I mean, then let's talk about female drivers too.
No, hold on a second. Hold on. I have a quick question on the. So I was just curious about the perception. Foreigners looking over here at America at our politics and stuff.
Foreigners,
yeah.
Foreigners.
And I think that's wild. That so you learned English. Was this
call it American? Call it what it is.
So you learned American.
We learned English, not American.
So you learned American English.
English American.
Do all people in Norway, all kids, learn that, or were you just in a? Okay, so were your lessons kind of like this? Because I feel like, wait, why is there no audio? That's not funny without audio. You dumbass.
Low, ow. Bing dang ow. Holy fook. We too low. Something wrong.
Something wrong.
Talk
is that yourself. Universal? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that's from?
I don't know where that's from.
Okay, that was a plane crash in the Bay Area here in the States. And God, it's at least 10 years ago. And at the FAA, there was an intern or something. I don't know how they did this, but a news station thought they had a scoop on the name of the crew of this airplane that crash landed. Everybody walked away from it, but they actually got out on the air and said the crew of the airplane was holy fook, we too low, something wrong, and bing dang ow.
Stop it.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was just, it's like, wow, they are dumber than rocks.
So okay. So I just wondered, English has to be difficult, especially if you aren't born. It's difficult for us. But this Bobby Finn guy with his videos, I mean, just makes me laugh out loud. And I just wondered if your English lessons were similar to this.
Oh, which means this word is low, which means this word is oh. No, it's ow. Why would you think? Let's take a step back for a second. Okay. This word is ow, which means this word is ow. Good. So obviously this word would be ow. No.
Right.
It's bull. Let's try one more time here. This word is ow, which means this word is row. No. I mean,
but it is row.
Which means this word is brown. No. It's brown. Brown. That's why. Okay. So this word would be own. No. Own. I guess we're not getting to onomatopoeia today.
I love that guy.
But see, in England, ROW is...
It's a row. That's like a fight.
Row.
Really?
I think.
Is row? It's a row?
I think
Come
it's
on,
row.
Rebecca. What is it?
It might be a row, yeah.
I think it's row, which I was like, why the hell is it called a row? It's stupid American.
Well, no, our English
Row,
lesson
row.
isn't like that. It's not like that. No.
Row your boat. Hey, did y'all see that archaeologists found a Roman gladiator skeleton with a bite marks in his...
On his what?
I don't know where it was.
In his what?
I don't know where it was.
Wow, she perked up.
Hang on. It's
Let's go back to that the Indian and the white guy there with the iPhone.
I think it was all over his body.
Wow.
And like it showed that he fought a lion.
You remember Siegfried and Roy?
Yeah.
They had those tigers, and Roy was covered with scratches from Siegfried.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't even do a rim shot. Damn it.
Aw. You could before we started the show. What happened to it?
Hold on. I guess I could.
Hey, what generation are you in, Rebecca?
What?
What generation are you? X, Z, Y, Niner?
I actually have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good, because I hate that stuff.
I don't know what generation I belong to. No, I'm born in 1987.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
What is that? What generation is that? Don't make me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think I sit there and categorize my generation? I don't. I just know I'm born in the 80s and I'm fucking awesome.
I want to get a Rebecca t-shirt. Do you sell those in Norway?
Yeah, but maybe I should start doing that.
I think you should. Kyle H, by the way, says everybody in the Netherlands speaks English generally better than us.
Oh.
Right? Is that now? You're not a millennial, lady.
No, I'm not a millennial. No.
Hang on.
Succubus is George Soros, says Deb.
Yeah. Okay, so it says Generation Y, but then it says, okay, I don't understand this. The site that I landed on says, if you were born in 1987, you are part of Generation Y, or Gen Y for short. Members of this generation are commonly called millennials. What the hell? Are you Generation Y or millennial?
So Lady Cougar was right, millennial. But how is that a millennial? Is it because I experienced the year 2000? Is that why? Because I feel like we were a lot of people experiencing that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so I don't even
remember Y2K?
I do. Yeah.
Remember all the computers are going
to running around the neighborhood and your parents wouldn't know where you are? Yep, just had to be back by dinner time. Which was around what time? Around sunset-ish time. Sunset-ish time? What's that? I don't know, like between 5 and 9. 5 and 9? It really wasn't that big of a deal. Okay, well, did you have a phone? No, they weren't invented yet. So on top of your parents letting you run around without knowing where you are, they also had no way to communicate with you to find out. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. How did you not get abducted? I don't know, maybe that stuff wasn't as prevalent when I was a kid. It's also entirely possible that my generation has more common sense. You know, we're smarter and tougher than your generation. Nah, I don't believe that. I think that is the case, and I can prove it to you. If you just follow me to my van, I'll show you. Your van? There's candy. Okay. So you just be like running.
So I didn't get to set that up properly because, you know, I guess whatever.
It's okay.
That was Gen X talking to Gen Z, those two cats. So Generation X was.
Fuck you, Generation X. I'm not following you to your van or anything.
Wow.
Seriously, we're getting a Rebecca t-shirt. If she doesn't sell them, I'm selling them. That's going on the website. Deb says, street lights turned on, get home. We didn't even do that. Hell, my mom and dad didn't see me most of the time because they, for whatever reason, we moved all of 2.5 miles outside of town, and so which felt like it was, you know, BF Egypt. And now thinking about it, it's like 2 miles away from downtown. That's nothing.
Yeah,
they didn't see me for days at a time, and I'm fine.
My parents forgot they had a kid.
Right. Pretty much.
Let's see here. Rebecca, you tweeted out something this week that I found fascinating, and I wanted you to discuss this, please. Here's your tweet. Did you know that Sweden has 50% more murders than El Salvador? What the hell?
Say that again?
Sweden has 50% more murders than El Salvador?
So this is, and I've had a lot of reactions. Like people are going, like liberals are going batshit crazy over this.
Oh, right? They don't believe you?
Oh no. Well, it's not really my investigation either, Keith. It's a Swedish newspaper called Samnytt that has done this.
Nuances.
A lot of people pull out the numbers from 2024, right? Say, oh, that's bullshit, and look at the numbers from 2024. But in fact, what these journalists did was balded. Sorry, the cat's trying to
nutsack. Get back out of there.
Yeah.
They looked at the 110 first days of 2025, so it's for a specific period of time. And also, I think that people need to keep in mind that El Salvador that has done tremendous work to get their gang stuff down. Also, the U.S. citizens are recommended to travel to El Salvador more than they are to Sweden in terms of the list of your foreign department, just so you're aware. So it's not that outrageous to talk about crime in Sweden. Sweden is the most dangerous country in Europe.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I mean, you guys, because you're in Sweden, from what I hear.
Don't start with me, Keith.
I know we did stop in Sweden, and it was scary because we got off there was a like a train station downtown, like a subway or whatever it was, and it was like after midnight when we were there, and it was like scary being out in Sweden after dark, after midnight, because there was
Sweden after dark.
Sweden
Yeah.
after dark. It's
So,
not just for breakfast anymore.
I read this, like sometimes you'll start reading an article and you don't know how long it's going to be. And you're like, shit, now I'm committed to it. And it's like the longest article ever written in the history of the world. That's what this was on Sweden and the influx of the Islamic population in the third world, and how Sweden has just gone off a cliff because of their immigration policies. It was the most depressing thing to read. And so I wasn't surprised when I saw that tweet from you, especially when you consider how President Bukele has locked up all the gang members in his country.
So Sweden is working on that, but they're like in January, if you remember, they had 32 bombings in 28 days. Prime Minister went out and said that we have lost control over the violence. They really have no control. It's been like that for a long time. There's suburbs and cities that have more immigrants than they have Swedes. I think today, was it not? I think actually I did tweet it as well. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's just examples of what it's like in Sweden and in certain parts of Sweden. Looking at here you go. A school with a Muslim majority, because there are many of them. They forced the Swedish children to celebrate Eid. And also there's kindergartens in Sweden where the Swedish children learn to speak Arabic. And the other children don't learn to speak Swedish because the Swedish children are in a minority. So,
okay, so we kind of talked about this on the Islamization of Europe, which is an interview you and I did, posted up the top there. Okay, so is my theory correct? Is that Europe said we love the socialist cradle to grave policies, but we can't afford them. So let's bring in cheap labor from the third world, so that our social welfare systems can be funded, and then before you know it, there's no assimilation. It's a takeover, and that's what has led to this. In other words, is my theory correct? And I don't think it's unique to me, but it's like opening the door to socialist policies and how to pay for those has led to what Europe is experiencing today. Is that a fair theory?
No.
Help me.
If you were looking for workers to make stuff go around, you wouldn't be looking to the third world to find them. We had poverty in Europe long before the third world started entering Europe. And we had Pakistanis ever since the 60s in Norway, before we even found the oil. We didn't have a welfare system until after we found the oil. Well, and also third world people come to Europe. They don't come here to work. Their culture and their I say culture instead of religion because it is a cultural thing. Mm-hmm. Tells them that we're non-Muslims, the Kafirs, are supposed to pay for their livelihood, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. There's a video going around right now about what's happening in Britain, or I guess it's more fair to say what has happened in Britain.
I mean, I think JD Vance is fantastic, and he's so right when he says that when he had this discussion with his friend or whatever it was, wondering what would be the first Muslim country with an atomic weapon. Well, it will UK. It's the UK.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah. Okay.
But it's true.
I know.
It's true. Yeah.
I know. So what kind of sports do y'all play up there in Norway? Well, is it probably that goat head polo or probably not?
Soccer, volleyball, handball is a
Newton Socken. They play a mean game of Newton Socken.
Yeah. So do you guys care about American football over there? Like
no,
the
not at all.
I bet I could get you to care about it.
Oh, I care about it. I think it's fun.
Oh, really? Do you have a team or something, or no?
No, I don't.
Well, then you don't care about it. So here's a thought. What if you took American football and put it on ice, which I know you guys in Norway have tons of?
So, wieder der Ball beim Quarterback. Das ist der lange Pass nach außen. Und der ist gefangen. Und der ist gefangen. Und jetzt geht's in Richtung Endzone. Das sieht gut aus. Erik Stehfest. Touchdown. Touchdown für die Ossis. So, jetzt wird er das Ding los. Und da ist der Catch. Und das ist die Chance zur Antwort. Das ist die Chance zur Antwort für die Wessis. Und er rutscht in die Endzone. Ausgleich 6-6. So, da machen sie den Panzer. Oh, da ist schon kräftig gedrückt und geschoben worden. Und Scharnbacher kommt nicht auf die Füße. So, ein Pass nach vorne. Weiter geht's. Und er bleibt auf den Beinen. Scharnbacher, der Quarterback, bleibt auf den Beinen. So, da er hier nicht als Quarterback fungiert, ist das meiner Meinung nach korrekt.
Nuttensacken!
What in the fresh hell kind of German is this? And when did they get humor? Is what I'm sitting here thinking.
That was fun. I'd watch that.
I would watch that too.
I would watch the hell out of ice football.
That would hurt.
9! Hey, did y'all
You
hear
have to
about
learn German though, so you can comment.
Bozeman, Montana? Their police department has a bingo game that some of the deputies played while they were on duty. Are y'all familiar with this story at all?
No, but I have an ex who lives in Montana, so I avoid that place like the plague.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. So mid-shift bingo. I mean, you got 2 hat tricks per team per night. Let's see. Look at that. You got a drug DOI past 0200 hours. We got look at that blood alcohol content.
Butt ass naked.
Yeah, 0.30. Arrest 3 people out of 1 car. Look at that. I mean,
Americans are obsessed with nakedity.
It's because you never see people naked.
I know.
That's your problem.
We were founded by people with buckles on their shoes. I mean, you know what? If we didn't ban boobs everywhere, we wouldn't have this many problems. It's true.
vehicle extraction. Wow, that's a big square right there. Hold on, what's the
euphemism?
I want to speak to your supervisor. Is the free square. Foot pursuit for arrestable offense. Lowest impact. I don't know what that is. Arrest 3 minutes. A team member hit on by arrestee. 50,000 in warrants per. I don't know what that is.
What about the Tennessee deputy that was bossing every dude in the precinct? Is that
doing what? What was
remember
doing,
the Tennessee deputy that she was bossing every dude on the
that's right. Her picture is famous now.
Yeah.
But these officers have been disciplined. Is that do you think this is okay? I mean, they said that no, of course they did. They said nothing that was affected by this bingo game. We didn't arrest anybody so someone could get bingo.
Back to blue.
Like, why is humor so dangerous to people? Like, why can't you make it something fun?
Nothing says fun like a late night assault and murder.
Like, if you would know what your surgeon was saying while you were under
oh my gosh, I've wondered that.
Like, you would have been horrified, but you don't know, right?
I've wondered that a lot, actually.
As long as it's not oops.
You know, yeah. I've wondered that. I've been put under for so many things. I've thought, what must they be saying?
The date rape drug doesn't count, though, Keith.
Doesn't count?
No.
Okay, so I want to play this for you. One last video before we go. This is genius. This is absolutely genius, this video. If you want to lay out a work and you want a story that's convincing to your supervisor, then do something like this.
I'm at the hospital and I'm not going to be able to come in today. They're running tests right now. They're doing an IV, and I will let y'all know what's going on with me once I leave the hospital.
That's pretty smart.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
I mean, if I hated my job that much that I would have to go through that to get out of work, like, I would probably just go kill myself.
Like, okay, so we're not doing the microwave BB heart monitor thing.
Like, find another job. I'm just,
Huh.
She's got a point.
Maybe she needs to go to like the arrest bingo thing. I mean, don't take stuff away from people. Like, let them have some fun and enjoy themselves.
Well, she didn't say breast bingo. She said arrest.
Wait, we're playing breast bingo now?
No, I'm saying that's not what she said.
Are you opposed to it?
This is another symptom of Americans, like they don't see enough boobs.
I'm telling you, it really. There's something wrong. We're too stiff. Go ahead, Keith. I'll set that one up for you.
Hey, right. Lady Cougar has a great question. What was the prize for the bingo? Like, if you got the officer bingo, do you get like a?
It was a Z in the word prize.
Okay. Apparently fired, but you know.
I was letting that one go, bro.
I can't let that go. Not for Lady Cougar Jackal.
Something that I should do more often here, because I always have it in the stack, is the 8th grade examination. This is here in the United States. I don't know where this is. Where is Bullitt County School? Somebody that sounds familiar. Somebody tell me which U.S. state that's in. So this was on the 8th grade exam in 1912. So let's see. I'm gonna just you pick a category, Brad. Do you want arithmetic, grammar, geography, history, civil government, or physiology? Which do you want?
Physiology. Does that include boobs? Okay.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, why not?
How does the 8th grade exam, 1912, how does the liver compare in size with other glands in the human body? Where is it located, and what does it secrete?
It's bigger, bile, and it's located in front to the lower. Because when alcoholics, when they get a bad liver, that's when they get the big fat belly, and it's huge. Am I right?
Not a clue, but we'll say yes. There are no answers.
You didn't have the answer?
I don't have any answers here. Just have to wing it, man.
All right.
All right, Rebecca, you want arithmetic, grammar, geography, physiology, civil government, or history?
History.
History. 1912, 8th grade, United States here. Who first discovered the following places? Oh, Florida.
Boobs?
Ooh, pass.
The Pacific Ocean.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, look it up. Hold on. Look up these answers, Brad, and let's see if I can get them.
No, I'm looking up the liver first.
I'm just going to say Vikings, and then Vikings.
Not everything was discovered by your precious Vikings, okay? Mississippi River.
Vikings.
St. Lawrence River.
Vikings.
Okay.
They're in Minnesota.
I got a couple of guesses, but if Brad's not going to look them up, it's
okay. What was the question? Hold on, but what was the question?
So Google this.
What?
Who discovered Florida? I think it was DeSoto.
That was Amerigo Vespucci. Who discovered Florida? Wasn't it Amerigo Vespucci?
Oh, look,
Florida,
Lady Cougar.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Who
Ponce de Leon.
And what did Rebecca say? The Vikings.
Florida man. No, Vikings.
Florida man.
What's the answer?
You're gonna have to give it to Rebecca. It was Juan Ponce de Leon.
All right, Lady Cougar wins.
1513.
Okay, look up who discovered the Pacific Ocean. That was
Amerigo Vespucci.
That was Pizarro, and I know it wasn't, but that's the only name I can think of right now.
Pizarro?
Yeah, the Pacific Ocean.
Nope. That was
Lewis and Clark.
Vasco Nunez de Balboa.
I was right there, man. Mississippi River, the Vikings.
That was Mr. Mississippi.
Mr. Mississippi.
What?
Mississippi. Who discovered it?
Yeah, I didn't know someone.
Who'd you say?
I don't know.
I've heard this name. I think somebody just said this name a little while ago.
Christopher Columbus.
No.
DeSoto.
Yes.
Oh,
Hernando de Soto.
And the St. Lawrence River, Vikings. St. Lawrence discovered the St. Lawrence River.
Who discovered St. Lawrence? Is a Lawrence?
Hold on. It's I'll know it when you tell me, when you say it.
He also created the watch.
Casio.
Bob Timex. Jacques Cartier.
Oh wow. No, I wouldn't have known that.
Cool.
Very good. All right.
Did the watch either.
At Real Brad Staggs on X. Don't forget, he hangs out here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. He hangs out here every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I can't say you hang out here. Is your Daily Mojo on X as well, or no?
Yes, yeah, it's
Okay.
on X too. It's
Right.
every
there you go.
weekday. Yep.
And it's at
I'm always here.
7 a.m. 8 a.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Monday through Friday. I mean,
Yep.
honestly,
Don't know what time that is in Norway. Do you guys have time in Norway?
Do you have
We
time
do
in
have
Norway?
time, yeah.
Okay.
We are about 7 hours ahead of you guys.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Are you really?
7,
what is it?
yeah.
What time is it right now there?
Right now, it's 1 minute to 11 p.m.
Yep.
So just
7
say
hours.
So 7 hours ahead of Dallas.
Mhm.
Now, Rebecca, at our Mr. Reagan,
Yes.
you are. What do you do on here?
I tweet a lot. I do occasionally put out videos, and I am thinking about coming and hanging out here as well on a regular basis on X. So,
Is there a scheduled time right now, or is it just whenever you feel like it?
Bad
no, it's whatever I feel like. But maybe I'll get my stuff in order if.
Okay. And
if people like that.
Elon Musk follows you, you say?
He does. Yeah, I do have a direct line, Keith, but I don't use it. He's a very polite man, but I
he's
just
polite.
appreciate his support.
Remember
you know?
to bring up the midget controversy.
Yeah,
I
we
will.
need to fix that.
I will do that. I will not direct message him about that, but I will bring up the midget.
You can get
Okay.
away with it.
When I tweet out later this weekend my concerns about the algorithm and some things that are needed on X, and I go ahead and copy and paste that tweet link and I send it to you, you're going to forward it to him, right?
Of course I am, because I've been complaining about the algorithms as well. And
Okay,
last time
cool.
he did actually comment on it. So I think
Oh.
that does bother him as well.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay. See, I don't offer what Elon is into, so he's not going to listen to me.
You
So
mean
hopefully-
uteruses?
Wow. I can't have his baby, so he's probably not concerned about what I have to say.
Men can get pregnant. Shut up.
That's all right.
Oh my God.
I think that changed on January 20th, Brad. I think you
Yeah,
need
it
to
did.
update
Well,
your-
over there, not over here.
Oh, okay. So Brad Staggs and Rebecca, Mr. Reagan, thank you for joining me here today on the Friday live stream. Brad, I'm dragging your ass back in here next week, of course, whatever day that is for the
and flogging me.
We're doing the Barfly episode where we just sit around and talk about conspiracy theories, and we're going to bring in Kelly Smith because she's got a long list of things she wants to go over. And then Brad, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're invited to come back here for the Friday live stream as well. So anyway,
it gets me out on parole. That's all I care about.
I mean, this is helping with your community service hours. Is that right?
It is.
Awesome.
It is.
Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate you joining us here. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and be safe. And we'll see you real soon. Bye.